How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, man? Welcome to another episode of Put You On Game, man. I got a special guest in here. She's an amazing alumni, so I had to do this one for the culture. She's one of my great friends, college graduate. A lot of y'all may know her as EJ, but her real name is Ijeoma. Get it correct, Ijeoma.
Ijeoma.
In this
Ijeoma.
motherfucker. So yeah, go ahead, Ijeoma. Tell me about yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Ijeoma, or I'm gonna just get straight to it. I'm EJ, okay? I'm EJ. What y'all wanna know? What should I tell them about me? Like,
I mean, tell the folk where you from, man. You
oh,
know
where
what
I'm
I'm
from?
saying?
You already know where the fuck I'm from, okay? ATLATAGA, that where I'm from. Zone 4, Slots Raised. Atlanta Princess, yes. Zone 4, baby. SWATs, baby, okay?
At least you know your damn zone.
Yeah, I know my zone. Shut up, I
Canada,
know.
they don't know her damn zone.
Yeah, Zone 4. What else they want to know? Yes, I'm from Atlanta, born and raised. Like when I say born and raised, I was born at Southwest Hospital that no longer exists. That used to be by Mays, like born and raised. Ain't no Grady baby, okay? Southwest to the day I die. Anyways, like he said, I went to Mays High School, so that's my, you know, is it alma mater? No, alumni. Yeah.
Yeah, we alumni. We know we graduated
Yeah.
class 2016.
2016. I was trying to make sure I used the right word. My bad. But yes, I went to Mays, and then afterwards I went to Kennesaw and I got a degree, a Bachelor of Science in Psychology.
Hold on. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that, EJ. No, don't. Let's get past this.
She said skip it. Okay.
No, we're not. We're gonna get to that session.
Okay.
How long you already? Man, you know what? This is the second guest on here. Come on here, just skip past the sessions, man.
He said introduce myself.
Crazy,
at this point, I was trying to let y'all know me fast forward. I'll slow down. My bad.
Okay, so are you the only child?
No, I have one sister and an older sibling.
So you the baby.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Baby on you. Oh man.
Don't do none of that.
What was it like growing up with an older sibling then?
I mean, truthfully, me and my sister, we're 7 years apart. So when my sister went off to college, or was like high school, college time, I think I was in middle school. So I really can only tell you how much it really was like when it was younger. So I'm gonna be honest, me and my sister ain't never get no physical altercation. We ain't never really fight like that. I mean, as a kid, as a kid, we ain't really fight like that. But we ain't like each other. If there was a moment we disagree, we had our moment, and then we just went our separate ways. But we always had each other's back. Like Mama said, you grounded, don't watch no TV. I got you, sis. Go watch that TV. Like, you know, we always had each other's back type stuff. So I really appreciated that. And even when she was going to college, she would actually have me come up there and see what it's like and spend time with her. And, you know, being a baby, I don't know if y'all notice this, like the younger kids be taller than the older kids. So I'm taller than my sister. So I could blend into the area. So, you know, it was nice getting the experience, but also having my sister like, she not my age. That's a kid. Leave her alone. So, you know, that's the experience I got. Kind of, I guess, having a sister, but also sometimes feeling like the only child. Pretty much.
Okay. So I think we already talked about us, you know, both being amazing alumni. So what are some of the lessons that you have learned going there?
Lessons that I learned going to Mays. First off, dress to impress. I don't care what nobody say. Do not walk up into Mays looking a hot mess. My bad, bro. I always tell people to this day, I'm like, you're not going with me looking like that. You're not going with me just like that. Go hike that ish up or some, or that don't match. Like, what is you doing? So you had to know how to dress at Mays, because you would get joned on, male, female. No matter what was going on, they would jone you. They will join you. So
that's true. That is true. Some people only dress the way they dress because they were unfortunate.
Yeah, and truthfully, even in those situations, people could tell and people know, so they ain't gonna get on you because you so unfortunate. Like, I mean, people might, but we also understand, just like some people that was doing the joning, you know, probably had shit going on, but it was just really just laughs and games. That's another thing about maze. If you can't laugh and have a good time, you're not gonna survive. Because plenty of times we just laughing, and it might really hurt your feelings. Because kids gonna tell the truth. At the end of the day, a lot of this stuff that kids say gonna hurt your feelings. Truthfully, honestly, it's gonna hurt your feelings. But we can laugh and party together. And maze definitely taught me how to turn up, stay lit. People always like, EJ, you so lit, you so hype, you so turned. Them pep rallies, man, football games. What's up? I bet you won't get crunk.
Shit
Like,
real amazing.
right, you know, hearing that, all you can't do is just get crunk. Like, you know, it's in your bones. What else is something maze taught me? Truthfully, it was probably one of the, I guess, first few areas of really learning money literacy because of the academy. We was on BEA, Business and Entrepreneurship Academy. So you have to learn about money. And while some people probably just got put on there because of grades, who knows what, I actually wanted to know about business. I could have been on a totally different academy, but I wanted to know about the dollar sign, you know. I wanted to maybe know, what if I want to have my own business one day, you know, what about credit and stuff like that. And I was thankful because I didn't even have a credit card until my junior year of college, and I got great credit score. That's too much information, but you know, just that. What else did maze teach me? I'm not really sure if it taught me this or if this is really something to say that they taught, but just the vibe and the energy of maze. You know, your friends, they had your back. Like when everybody was actually together, they had your back. Yes, some people had their drama, but they had your back. If you was ever hungry, somebody always had food. Somebody was always making sure you're good. Sometimes people are like, hey, can I get $1? Can I get $5? Like, bro, I just saw $1 on the step. Somebody just dropped this. Like, everybody was literally trying to help everybody out. Even if somebody was trying to put you down, somebody was trying to help you out. Somebody was looking out on you. Folks might have got bullied. I really don't know, but a lot of us got a big mouth, so we ain't going for that. Truthfully, we're not going for that. Pick on somebody, you know, your own size and do that ish one-on-one. Like, maze, real respect, one-on-one, that's real maze stuff. Some people try to do jump and stuff, but they really did that one-on-one. People running, just remembering food fights, all different stuff. I'm trying to really think, what else did maze teach? That sound crazy. What else?
No, I mean, you got to a lot of good points, though.
Okay.
Brought a lot of valuable points, though. I see you actually paid attention in school. We talking about some financial literacy and you all that shit. I don't want to pay attention to that shit, man. That shit just went for me. But I think you pretty much covered everything. But I had, you know, some different experiences. You know, I don't think you touched on how people turn their back on you.
That too.
How people talk shit about you. People be in your face, they laugh with you and joke with you, but behind your back they talk shit about you.
Hashtag Twitter.
Yeah, so, you know, Maze also taught us valuable lessons in life. Like, I always tell people, I learned a lot in high school. Most of my shit that I teach people, mentor other people, because in high school I had my first heartbreak in high school. You know what I'm saying? 10th grade. And so, yeah, you know, I learned a lot of my shit in pain, you know what I'm saying? That first heartbreak is always the worst. It's always the worst, for real. But yeah, she covered everything. So now that we covered that, so I did mention that you was a college graduate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what made you go to college?
Truthfully, that's still, I mean, it doesn't have nothing to do with maze, but maze is still a factor. But when it deals with going to college, truthfully, I was never forced to go to college. But the idea of college has kind of always been around or in my life. Mm-hmm. My mom nor dad has a college degree. Most of my aunties and uncles don't either. My sister has one. Cousins, I can't really say. I mean, we have a handful of them. And now more as time is going on, even more. But for me, I was fortunate in middle school, elementary. So from rising 3rd grade to rising senior year, so 12th grade, I was a part of this summer enrichment program called Odyssey. And with Odyssey, you kind of learn what the next year will have. So you're kind of ahead of everybody. So when folks like me having fun, I'm having fun. You know, I got my friends there, but we still doing educational stuff. And I'm going to be honest, I really appreciated that because that's what kept me ahead. You know, that's what kept my mind tracked, if I'm being honest, versus playing games, and I still did have fun. Because of them, they put school and college. I think middle school they start focusing on college stuff. In high school, definitely college. You do college tours, overnight, and stuff like that. And then when I was in high school, I did my ACT before my senior year. So I think my sophomore, junior year, because of Odyssey, we had to do test preps every summer, twice at the beginning and the end to see our growth. We did test prep. We had Princeton review, ACT prep, math, the reading, the writing. They wanted to see that growth and stuff. And because of them, I took my ACT early. And my senior year, I remember my counselor gave me my schedule in advance, telling me I saw everything AP. I was looking like, bro, he must want me to fail my senior year. Everything AP, like, that's impossible. From AP Lit, I didn't have, AP Environmental Science, AP Statistics, AP Psychology, like.
Yeah, AP everything.
Everything. And I'm like, bro, this is my last year. Like, this count. I'm trying to get in college. You trying to mess me up. And he was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just ignore that. Ignore that schedule. And I forgot what it's called, but when you show up to school before the semester start to get your schedule and you see everybody, remember what it's called?
You say you get your schedule.
You go there early. It's like open house or something. Is it open house?
Yeah, I think it is open house.
Okay, yeah. So at open house, he said me and some other folks. He was like, because y'all already taking y'all ACTs, we're gonna try something new. We're gonna try a dual enrollment program with y'all in my senior year. So we tried that, and truthfully, we did the 7-week plan, not even 15. If you've been in college, semester is 15 weeks, but you can have different enrollments, whatever. So we did the 7 weeks because we're just trying to get everybody enrolled, and that was my math, my English 1101, English 1102, pre-cal, college algebra. I really could have did more, but I just focused on that because it was my senior year, so I'm just kind of learning now. But that helped me. So while I was taking AP Statistics, I also was taking college credit math. AP Statistics count and college credit math, and I'm in high school, and it's free, and they pay for it. They pay for my books, and I get transportation. I already got credit. Shoot, might as well.
Okay. Did you join any organizations while you was up there?
I did more like Teens Take No L's when I was at KSU. I was first gen L's because I was a first gen student. I tried to do the African Student Association because I'm Nigerian. I just wanted to learn more about my culture. Because growing up in Atlanta, ATLA, I'm an ATLian to the day I die. But I'm still very Nigerian too. And the first thing you notice about me is my name, so I really wanted to learn more about my culture. Mm-hmm. But I didn't really do that work too much. I would just say I have friends and, just learning more through that versus that work. And I did some other stuff, I'm being honest, but I can't remember. And I know that's probably not good, but I've been out of college for 2 years, so it's other stuff in my head. But that's it. I didn't do no Greek or no dance or cheerleading. I do like to dance, but I just didn't do it. I'm be honest, I don't know if I do female group gatherings too. Like, I've danced before, but actually like a dance team with other people or like sorority and stuff. I had one sister, 10 plus fits, that's just very unusual to me, because I'm not used to it. And I was the baby, so I'm not used to it. So I'm not against it, I'm just not used to it. So I didn't do it.
Okay, so now that you graduated, what kind of degree did you get?
I got a Bachelor of Science in Psychology.
Okay, so now that you graduated, has it been like, do you have a job in your field?
I would say that because of my degree, I can work at my job. Like, my job kind of does work into it, but having a degree in psychology or having any degree, I'm gonna tell y'all first, you can get any job with any degree. Mm-hmm. Any degree gets you any job no matter what you do. But I did psychology because I was interested in the way the mind works, and I understand that if you think off of perspective, every job has something that deals with psychology. But even more, I'm not trying to do psychology to be no therapist
Mm,
or,
okay.
you know,
Okay.
I just like to know how the mind works so I can encourage questions and
Mm,
thoughts so people think a little bit better. So like right now I work at my old college, or I guess another alumni. So Kennesaw State University with supplemental instruction as the student success coordinator. And with SI, we actually pay our students to aid other students in difficult courses that have like high D's, W's, and F's. And technically, that's not how I wanted to use my degree, but having this knowledge also helps me with how I want to use my degree because it helps me with, direct supervision, being that manager, being that supervisor, having, I guess I want to have my own company and business. I'll go into that, learning budgeting, dealing with people. When I first started working with SI, I was in college. There was 30 leaders. We now have 200 and going to the fall. So that's grown a lot, and just noticing how that's, changed over time and how I could use that in my future career. But I will say that SI, or the people with the SI, or the people that I met in college kind of helped me get to this area to help me get to my path. So I don't know if you remember when I was in high school, I think I used to want to be like a couples therapist.
I mean, shit, you was always wise in college, though. I mean, high school, like, in high school, you was one. It was you, my boy Quay. You one of the people that was always mature for their age. So, like, if I wouldn't put it past you being a couples therapist, actually.
Well, that was my thought, but because I was dealing with people like him, I said, man, fuck this shit. Fuck y'all couples. Y'all gonna do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. So why am I wasting my breath and energy telling y'all what to do? You're gonna do the opposite. And you're like, damn, you was right. Now I gotta fix the that's too
I'm an example,
much.
y'all. That's straight opposite. Everything that you said, I did the exact opposite what the fuck you told me.
The exact opposite, and it drove me crazy. And I knew at that point I did not want to do it. And I'm being honest, I had that my junior year, and I was really scared because again, I was so much college in my face. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Thinking about life, I don't want to do that. And my mom was like, "How about you do psychiatry? You know, it's still psychology, and you make a lot of money." You sure do, but you gotta go to medical school, and I ain't about to be that broke just to get more money. I'm about to be broke for a while just to get bank. And that's just not the sacrifice I was willing to make, Everybody has different ways or perspectives of viewing it. That's just wasn't for me. But with working with SI, my current boss, she used to work with the Learning Communities program, and it was basically students that were able to have smaller classes that focus on a certain theme. So first generation students, nursing students, some people actually did like a Star Wars things, who had LGBTQ community, so many different things. And working with that, I learned a lot about first generation college students. That's how I learned I was one, and helping those students. And then through my boss and my scholarship program, Achieve Atlanta, that also encouraged college. They helped me meet Marcy, and she worked with the care services. And with them, you can get free groceries once a month if you're a student at KSU. And if you're actually one of their clients, you can come in more. Hearing how they're helping students in the community. And I grew up in Atlanta and the community. And then Marcy gave me an opportunity to be a mentor for middle school students and high school students that went through foster care. I really enjoy that and appreciate that. Then I've also worked with homeless. At this point now, after college, I work with refugees and immigrants. So the one thing that I've enjoyed or like that's kind of helped me figure out what I want is that I just want to be there for the people that's underrepresented, but I also want to help the community the way they help me. So if my community didn't put so much on me or give me so much information coming up, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. But what if I did the same thing to other students in our community that have ideas or want to know, but they don't know where to go? So say you do want to have your own business. I don't know if you remember FBLA, but that's how some that's how some students, started their business, from cakes to whatever. And I was like, wow, they're in high school doing this? Like, this is amazing. What if there was like one big building with different disciplinaries, say from business, or say you want to learn about Army, or say, you want to learn more about mechanics. There's a mechanics area, or I even think about volunteering and fundraising or having a foundation of actually having volunteer management, or say you want to do more fashion, even having like another foundation and having people sew, like there are levels to everything. And if you break it down, there's something for everybody if you want to learn. And I'm willing to help you, and I'm willing to go along with you. I won't do it for you, but I'm willing to go along with you because I had people to do that for years, third grade to senior year, plus at this point, college. So much support, so much support. And people are always like, EJ, you're so prepared. How you know, how you know, how you know? I had all these people on my back, and I want to do the same for our community. I was just talking to you earlier how a lot of people in our community are doing great. They're doing great. They're doing amazing. But when people look at Atlanta, especially the hood, they just think like we just some illiterate, dumb people that don't know how to survive. We just drugs and just crazy. Nah, we're bigger than that. If you ever went to Maze, it's filled with so much art. It's so beautiful to see how creative the students are. If you just give them an opportunity, if you let the student talk, like let them talk, let them tell you what they're interested in, not what your parents or what your family do. What is it that you like? What if they don't even know yet? That's okay. What if they just need someone there? There's a lot of times in high school we just needed someone there who would just listen.
Facts.
Just listen. Like, I don't know what I want, but I just needed to talk. I just needed to release. Man, life right now is so hard and I don't know what to do. And you know, being in high school, there's this thing called imaginary audience where you think people are talking about you, looking at you. People really don't care. They don't. They think about their own stuff. But you know, what if I had someone that was there with me to help me process that, or I had a group or an area, because we all want that community. We all need people to get to where we want. So my bigger goal is having some type of program or nonprofit for everybody. So everything that I've learned or experienced, I feel like goes into it. What I'm doing now, being a supervisor, and my boss is always pushing me to get advanced. She ready to go. You know,
right.
I can use that for my career. And then where I work now, working at a university, you can get your degree for basically free-ish,
yeah,
you know.
You
know. So I already got my college degree. I want my master's. My master's gonna help me get to what I want. They gonna pay for that. Another thing, I do have some loans, like $7,000, but when I finished my degree, I did AmeriCorps and they paid off half my loans. And just coming out of college, I was willing to learn, and I'm always willing to learn. I'm only 23. There's so much I don't know.
Right.
And that's a beautiful thing. And getting a degree, some people might feel like, yeah, I'm the best person. I got a degree. I'm better than you. If you have a bachelor's degree, you just know the basics.
I definitely tap.
And I always tell people, you just have to be willing to learn more, because you're just getting a basic understanding. You really don't know. You're not a master of it like you really think. You just know the basics. And I'm just willing to get as much information, but I'm also willing to put it back out. Some people ain't willing to do that. They want to hold the secrets. They want to be the gatekeeper. I don't want to be the gatekeeper. I don't know what's the word for it. The librarian, I don't know, the internet resource. I don't know what's the word? I don't know. Shoot. I'm the person that get it out there. But yeah, so I feel like basically, long story short, yes and no.
I mean, the story already long.
Yeah, it's already long. It's been long as hell. It's long. But to answer the question, basically, it's yes and no, because is it the way I probably envisioned it? No. But am I still getting things that I need to get to where I want to? Yes.
Okay. Here, and I'm glad we on this subject, because it's something I want to talk to about. There's a lot of older individuals. There's this stigma around going to college or going to school, right? And I just want people out here to understand, right? Just because you go to college and you get a degree doesn't mean you're guaranteed a job.
Right.
There's only certain fields that you can graduate in, that you can get a job in. You know what I'm saying? As far as medical, engineering, and stuff like that. It's some more stuff that I forget. But not every job you're gonna get. I know people that went to school and graduated and now they want to rap. I know people that got a degree that's working at McDonald's. So don't let your parents. I just had to have this conversation with my mom, my grandma, and my granddad, and I had to tell them, hey, get that stuff out your head. School is not the only way to success. Look at the richest people in the world. Bill Gates dropped out of college. Tyler Perry was homeless. We all know Steve Harvey's story. There are multiple ways to succeed in this life. Don't let people pressure you to go to school, because that might not be for you. I went to school because I wanted to make everybody around me happy. I felt like that's what I should do. At the time, I felt like that was the only way to succeed. So I went to school, got to school, realized this shit ain't for me. I barely made out of damn high school. I was an average nigga. I wasn't smart like her. AP plus, this girl over here. But I was an average person, like for real. So for me to go to school and you know what I'm saying, hearing these professors, I'm like, man, this shit ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? But I went for all the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm out, and I finally found something that I'm good at. You, you out there, you got to find something that you're talented at. Everybody has their own talent. Everybody has their own, you know what I'm saying, they stuff. You have to find what's your talent. What are you great at? What is something that you can do better than anybody else can do?
Mm-hmm.
And I come up with this podcast, man, because I love these. I love having these conversations. I love meeting different people, getting different perspectives. And I love, you know what I'm saying? I have deep conversations all the time off camera. So I'm like, why not get on here? And people love when I talk. I make Instagram stories, videos. People love it. So why not get on here and just talk? You know what I'm saying? Because this is something I'm good at. I had to find something I'm good at. It ain't about what your mama think, your grandma think, your sister think. It's about what you think. So I had to get on here. I just wanted to say that because that's important. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple ways to succeed. Please understand that.
That's true.
Multiple ways.
Multiple.
Going to college and might not be for you. If it's for you, by any means, and I'm not shitting on people. Don't take a little segment out of this podcast and think I'm shitting on people that got degrees. I'm not. I ain't shitting on nobody that got a degree. But what I'm saying is just because you got a degree don't mean you're gonna be making $1 million. That's the point. People always think you're gonna make $1 million, you're gonna be rich. That's not the case. That is false. So don't let people fill your head up thinking that shit, because it's false. Very false. It's people that didn't go to college making way more money than people that did 8 years in school. And that's just real shit. But yeah, it's just good to hear you get on here, you know, you talk about stuff. And I always wonder where your knowledge came from, because you was, like I said, you was knowledgeable like this in high school. But now here you talk, you know, you had a lot of support, you had, you know, a lot of help. And that's good, man. That's real good, you know. So I'm proud of you, though.
Thank you.
I really am proud of you. For real, for real. So we're going to take this. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
You know, I've actually been trying to think of an answer for this for a while, because I'm about to be 24 this year, so that's 5 years. I'm going to be like 28, 29. I hope, actually, I'm going to manifest it. I plan to have a master's degree.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, it's an MPA, Master's of Public Administration. And that's basically so I learn more about government, nonprofit agencies. Working at Kennesaw, that's a government agency. So, you know, learning more about that so I can make more money. If you do get a degree in bachelor's, yes, you might start out at a certain amount, but working at a university and having a higher degree, you make even more money. And truthfully, having a psych degree, I ain't never think I was gonna make too much, but learning about how much you get with the math, I'm like, shoot, ain't you gonna pay for it? Yeah, so that's one. I hope to have that. Maybe starting my nonprofit. Yes, I want it, but I know that it won't come tomorrow, and I'm okay with that. I'm very much okay with it. I want it to be perfection over time. I want to learn as much as I can and make mistakes and stuff. So maybe just getting a better idea, or maybe just starting at the basis of a building, or maybe going to schools with that. I do have other business ideas I have in my mind, so possibly getting those out. I'm not gonna say it because I'm just gonna keep those to myself. So possibly getting those out. 29. She gonna hope to be in America. I ain't even in a relationship.
That brings to my next question about your relationship status. So you single? I guess they clarify that question.
I'm single-ish, not really.
Not really.
So I'm single.
So you want some Young Miami Diddy type shit?
No.
You single, but we go together.
I mean, okay, maybe I am
on that Young Miami type shit.
See, it's like we're single, we're dating, and I'm pretty sure we're sure that we're gonna take the next step. I'm just waiting for whenever the surprise appears or the question, which is new for me. I typically don't do that, but you know, I'm actually being the lady and I'm waiting. Oh, that sounds weird. But yeah, so single-ish because I'm single, but you know, I'm basically exclusively talking to him.
Okay.
It's only him. We only talk to each other.
Okay.
And if you ask me if I got a boyfriend, I might as well
Are you
just
sure?
say yes.
Are you sure he only talked to you? I mean, you said y'all just dating. You might ask a little side piece.
You know, I could wonder that.
I'm just fucking with you.
But I'm pretty sure it's just me because who else he got time for?
Well, you could just be telling your ass.
Let's not go here. Okay, at the end of the day, what's my relationship status? I'm in a relationship. Shit, call it the day. He ain't going nowhere. You either gonna be with me or you gonna be with me. That's the only options we got at this point. You gonna be with me, you gonna be with me, cause you gonna be with me at the end of the day.
Right. Okay, man. So this topic is very controversial. I know everybody had a different opinions on it, but I want to discuss it because it's been going on in the news and I've been looking at it. So we're about to talk about abortion. Okay, so when you hear the word abortion, you know, I know it's very deep. Abortion. What type of thought? How can I ask this question to make it make sense? How do you feel about abortion?
I feel like it's up to the person, even growing up and, you know, knowing what could possibly happen, even in high school, you know, abortions and stuff. I think it's up to the person. You never know what's going on. You don't know.
That's true.
You don't know that. I don't know. So it's up to that person, and some people might have certain plans. It could be health. I can't speak on something that I'm not going through at that moment. So I let other people choose.
Okay. All right. Have you ever had one?
Yeah, I have had one before. And if I'm being honest, I remember even growing up and saying like, like I have no kids. I'm gonna have to, you know, abort it. And you know, at that time, you know, just saying like, but actually going through it and choosing in that process is very different. It's very different. Yes, I did it, but I don't know if I would do it again. I did my one, cool. At this point, that just made me be more responsible with choices and decisions and just thinking about the future and what I got going on in the moment and plans. So it just makes me be more responsible. So anything else after that, I don't plan to for right now, but I can't speak on the future. But going back to it, actually going through the process of choosing when you're, I guess, pregnant, you have certain thoughts. So one, I didn't even know I could get pregnant. I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of females probably don't know if you ain't never had a scare or you just don't know. You just don't know, okay? And sometimes doctors are dicks. If you ask certain questions, they be assholes to you. Like, we got the fucking degree, my nigga.
Yeah.
You get paid so much money, you can't even tell me an answer. So I didn't even know.
Fuck too though. I was just telling somebody that the doctors are bold. They'll come and tell your ass
Man.
you're dying. Like with a serious face. They don't give a fuck. I was like,
right.
Y'all don't have no emotion in what y'all say.
And you know what? It was probably the doctor, because the doctor was the one that was like, all right, now I'm still up in here pregnant. I'm like, girl, why would you say that? And then look what her putting voodoo on me, manifesting that craziness to me. But yeah, going through it, just having thoughts and trying to figure out and decide like it's a real reality check. Like I said, I was doing AmeriCorps, so I wasn't making that much at that time, but that was a sacrifice I was willing to make to have like a delayed gratification just going through that program. So having a kid, certain things, it's just not where I wanted to be at. Like now, where I'm at, you know, a year later after I did that, I could handle a kid, truthfully. But in that moment, no. Then, you know, I think about the relationships and, you know, dad and mom dynamic. You know, I want a healthy relationship for the kid to grow up in.
You can say that again. Say it again.
A healthy relationship.
I mean, say it one more time. Just one more time.
Healthy relationship, okay, for the kid to grow up in. So, I had to think about that. And truthfully, I grew up, my dad, I'm Nigerian. My dad is the Nigerian one. He's in Nigeria. So he wasn't really there. He wasn't around for me. I'm gonna be honest. I think he left when I was 1. My sister, we got the same parents. She know him better. I don't. So I know how I feel and the thoughts I have. So I wouldn't want to bring no kid in the world and not be on the best terms with a dad or something like that. Like, it's just, I had too many thoughts, and I also want whoever my kid's father is to actually be there in the life. So I just had too many thoughts of like, nah, this is just not the time. And unfortunately, that's not a risk I'm willing to take. And also having a degree, I guess, going to school, learning more about it, I think of it differently. It's like with embryo, zygote, then with a NATO, then baby, whatever. So
educate these people.
It's levels to it before it becomes, human, full, living, breathe on its own, do whatever. So at that point, no. And I'm gonna be honest, when I found out I'm very in tune to my body, like sickness and stuff. I'd be the first one to catch on. So I realized I was pregnant way in advance, probably when it just hit. Because I called the doctor and everything. When I went there the first time, they said, "You're too early. You're just like 4 weeks. We can't do nothing." They will make you pregnant. They will keep you pregnant. They will. If it's not old enough. And that even mentally caused me issues because I didn't want to keep it. Like, if it stays longer, do you know how much thoughts and connection and things like, no, you're going to make this harder. But at the same time, they can't do nothing about it. And at that point, you could possibly lose a kid. So there's no point. So much. But so they had to come back and everything, and I'm not upset with my decision. I'm okay with my decision. I chose that decision. Truthfully, I chose it before I even, informed the father. I chose that decision. I didn't even get his viewpoint. I didn't even tell him.
I think that's wrong though.
It really was. Truthfully, I should have. That's one thing I wish if I could go back to get, viewpoint. But at the same time, me also just thinking and looking at things, just saying healthy relationship. If he said yes and we not having a healthy relationship, that's not something I did. And I'm not gonna bring no baby in the world to keep no dude. I'm not one of them, okay?
She's not one of them.
I'm not one of them. That's not enough.
So don't try. You can't put a baby in her thing. She think you're finna keep her.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. So that was just a choice I decided to make, and took time to get over it. Talking about it actually made it better for the healing, because when I was keeping it to myself afterwards, I actually blacked out and said some things I don't remember, but my friends and the place I was at, they remember, like, blacked out. And for me, I've never blacked out, so one, that means I had a lot of thoughts and stuff I was keeping to myself. I wasn't talking to nobody, I'm gonna be honest, because in my head, y'all don't understand, I can't really talk to no dude. I mean, I could.
I think me and you were talking a little bit.
But I needed someone to really understand, like, how I was really feeling at that moment. You got to think about certain females you probably can. Like, how did you do it? Like, I was surgery stuff too, so I didn't have a pill. So that, and then I didn't tell my family, so it's not like I could tell them. Then I didn't want to talk to, the dad or whatever at that time, because it's just no one just seemed enough. So I just left it on me until I guess my body and my thoughts was like, you just need to release. And then after releasing that, I guess having friends and people there, that actually helped with supporting and healing. Because at the end of the day, y'all, if someone does have an abortion, y'all shame them, whatever, they're still pregnant. Even after they do have it, they still have those hormones. So they still feel very much of a mom. So we go through that mind conflict. Like, we sometimes feel like the blamer ourselves. We don't need the rest of the world, the people outside the clinic. Okay? Our own freaking thoughts, our hormones are on 10. They beat your ass on its own. That's why nobody want to talk to do nothing, okay? Let's be honest. Like, y'all thinking so much about the baby that ain't even a baby, because if y'all really want to be honest, if you took it out at that stage, can it breathe on its own, live on its own, survive? No, more than that person. And what they got going on, or their thoughts, or their area, thinking about money. How you gonna raise a kid? Relationships. It's so many thoughts and things
But
that
then
go
somebody
into
could
it.
come back and tell you that, hey, yeah, you ain't got no money, but you was having raw sex.
What the
Unprotected
hell
sex.
that got to do with raising a baby? Sex free, a baby ain't.
Hey, I'm with you. But I'm saying from a poser standpoint, they can be like, where she, you should have worn protection.
If they broke, how they gonna pay for a condom, dumbass? I'm just saying, if it was that simple, the condoms should be free then. If they really cared about, people not having kids, kids have, why condoms ain't free?
Well, they gonna be like, well, you shouldn't be having sex. You can't afford no condom.
But a condom versus a lifetime investment, boy, that is not the same. Even an abortion, unfortunately, costs less than raising a kid.
That's true.
It costs way less. That is them thinking about finances and stuff. And there are certain states and stuff that helps people. Y'all don't know some situations. I was there. I listened to stories. Okay, it gets crazy.
And that brings me to my next question. I'm gonna ask you. So what was since you had an abortion, you told us that. What was like the mental process of like the after effect of going through that? Do you care to share that? Because I already know, but what was like the mental effect outside that?
Truthfully, after it happened, I think I even had a friend ask me like, "Ija, are you okay? You need me to come over and talk to you?" And I was like, to be honest, y'all, I feel okay right now, but I think that's because it just happened. It hasn't hit me, give me time to figure out. I was still, kind of chilling. I could say I was to myself. I guess you could kind of say that, but I sometimes be to myself anyway. I mean, I like people also be to myself, but I probably was more. I don't remember. Oh, I know. Mentally, I could also tell you, I could not watch any TV show, movie with a pregnant person that just found out they was pregnant or going through pregnancy. I couldn't watch anything where they lost a baby or had abortion. Like, it just made me so emotional and sad. I had people from high school that was pregnant, like seeing that journey. I had to mute stories. Like, I was very happy for them. Like, I genuinely happy for you. But I also have the other thoughts like, damn, like me watching this whole thing, like we would have been at the same, like your steps and having that memory. And truthfully, after 9 months passed, after it would have possibly happened, whatever, it left because it already passed time. But getting to that area was a little hard. Sometimes I wanted to get like a little tattoo, so it wasn't like I didn't care or it was meaningless because I did care. That would have been my first. I did care, like we cared, but it's just a healing thing. And now where I'm at and relationships and stuff, one, I don't have a tattoo on me, so I'm happy I don't have that because I still remember for myself. But two, I know with all my future kids, like there's nothing they can take. They can't take that away from me. And I'm gonna be happy for the decisions, or if they all come from one person or my husband. Like I'm gonna be happy. I'm happy with my choice that I made. At the end of the day, I'm not upset with it.
Okay. Now, let me put my thoughts on this. Like you said, that we was in high school and stuff when we was younger, we weren't educated on it. So we was like, we not doing that. We not doing that. And my mom had me at a young age. So at the time, I felt like I ain't doing that. Like I'm not, born no baby. Like my mom didn't abort me, right? Even though her parents, my grandparents, goddamn, wanted her to at the time. But here's the thing, though. I'm pro-choice, man. I don't understand why people be worried about other people.
Mm-hmm.
That be the problem right there. They ain't got shit to do with you. As you hear over here talking, I already kind of knew the process she was going through, but at the same time, I didn't go through that. You know what I'm saying? That's on her. Even if I was against it, I'm still not her. She still has to deal with those feelings. She still has to deal with those emotions. And that's the thing. Worry about yourself.
Please.
That shit ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't your baby. That ain't your business. Stop trying to worry about other people. You got your own business, your own family, your kid. You got little snot-nosed little kids out in the streets trying to doing dumb shit. Worry about your family. Worry about getting yourself together and make sure your family is good. Stop worrying about other people. So, man, I'm really pro-choice, and I would really appreciate if people would stop worrying about other people and you're trying to take away some freedom of choice. They already taking away freedom of speech with Thug, but not finna get into that. They are taking away freedom of speech with Thug. Don't take away freedom of choice with people. You can have your beliefs, you can have your opinions. That's okay. I have my beliefs, I have my opinions. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But judging and trying to take it away from somebody is just straight up wrong. You don't have to deal with that. And it's just as simple as that. Mm-hmm. So I thank you, EJ, for being brave enough to come on here and talk about this and, express what your journey been like going through this abortion. I know it's been hard for you. And I know the process that you've been going through. You know what I'm saying? You like the only person that I know that went through that's okay with sharing that. So bigs up to you for that, man. But yeah, so if you gotta, I know y'all gonna comment, y'all gonna say what y'all want to say about this because it's a controversial topic. People gonna say, "Oh no, you killing the baby." Okay, well that's your opinion. They ain't your damn baby though.
Right.
So it's just simple as that.
Not your baby or your body.
And after she killed that baby, you gonna go on with your life and do what the fuck you want to do, right? You ain't even gonna think about that. So why you thinking about it now? That's crazy. If she killed that baby, what are you gonna do? That don't affect you at all, literally though. It don't.
Better yet, if she don't.
If she don't, you ain't gonna take care of the baby.
You're not taking care of it. What you gonna do?
Exactly, and that's just my whole point. So y'all go ahead and say what y'all want to say about that. I don't give a fuck. Me and her both unapologetic and say what the fuck we want to say, and that's just that. But now another topic, man. I had made a video like some months ago when I was promoting my podcast. It was on dates, right? I know a lot of men can relate to that, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of women can too. But this that specific video was dedicated to this person that beside me because she had told me a story. I don't know if she remembered the story she told me, but she had told me a story about a dude, and then she wasn't the only one. There was somebody else that I think was one of my other homegirls. She told me something too about a nigga. So go ahead, EJ. Do you remember that story?
Refresh me, cause I got some.
It was something about a dude that you said he couldn't. He was saying you should pay for yourself, and I should pay for myself. Something like that. You had went out with some dude. It was something like that nature.
So I know once.
He said a man should not always pay for it, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. So, or maybe I have a few different ideas. I gotta think back because I probably forgot for a reason. If I'm being quite honest.
As soon as you told me that, I went on a rant about that shit. Boy, that shit just fucked me up.
I do know I said more. I feel like it dealt more with like, cause I've dated people or I've been on dates where they'll pay, but then you tip, or you pay, they tip. And truthfully, if you're in a long-term relationship, that might work for y'all if that's how y'all want it set. Cool. But me, I'm a small girl. I don't eat that much. So I ain't about to pay your whole meal. You just gonna tip a little bit, like, God dang, we can split this bit evenly. I got money for me. I ain't got issue for that. So that's one, because I just got tired of paying or doing something like that. And then I remember one time I was asking this boy about where a restaurant is at. A restaurant is at, and he told me, he was like, "Oh, you trying to take me?" And I'm like, "Huh? Dude, I'm just asking you what's the name. Like, I'm asking you what's the name. I ain't asked you out no date." And then after we got past that, he told me, he was like, "Okay, well, we could go and you can pay for you and I pay for me." Hold on. Cut the track. You done invited yourself and told me we splitting, which, I mean, I don't care, but you invited yourself.
No, you shouldn't care.
And we splitting. I mean, he ain't done invited himself and we splitting. I got an issue with you inviting yourself up. I mean, but the splitting go with you inviting yourself. You ain't come and play, boy. I'm going by myself. I'm going by myself, okay? So that, and I think for me now, just being at this point, like, I'm kind. I'm not nice. I'm kind. I'll give you my last, or if I see how things going on. I don't really care how you live, whatever. I grew up I grew up in the hood, whatever. You know, we've seen all different type of things from good to bad. People like, excuse my room, excuse my house. I've seen it all. I really don't care. But I just know at this point, I kind of want to be taken out on dates where it's the guy pays, you know, for everything, and it's like his car and stuff, and it just feels like I'm actually being catered to and courted type of stuff. So I think it was maybe more on that, how I wanted to actually feel that versus splitting. Because there have been times with people that will happily buy me food. We didn't even say the word dates or anything. They have already thought about me. That's what I want. I say what I want. They give me more. And it's not even date, you know. But then you put dates to some people and they expect so much. Maybe that's what it is. Expect so much in return. Yeah.
Man, this shit here, I'm finna spaz on this motherfucker about this. Let me tell y'all sorry ass niggas out here, man, because even when she talk about that shit still makes me angry. This her talking about that shit. Let me tell y'all something, bro. As a man, whenever you go on a date with a girl, you're supposed to pay. I have not been out one time with a female and the waitress didn't give me the bill. The waitress always give the man the bill. Do not take no girl out on no date if you can't pay. Now, if you a broke ass nigga, you can be creative. You know what I'm saying? Do like a little picnic. You know what I'm saying? We go net. You know what I'm saying? You can cook some up. Yeah, cook some. We can chill. You know what I'm saying? You could be very creative with your dates. It don't have to be we going to Brew Chris or we going to Capitol Grill or we going to these spots. It could be something simple. You know, only you know your pockets. Stop. Don't be out here trying to impress women if you know you ain't got it like that. That'd be the problem. You people trying to flex. It's all about flexing. No, bro. Be yourself, bro. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it.
Right.
But when you go on a date, you always supposed to pay. And I can't believe there are women out here, beautiful women, as EJ herself, that got to deal with niggas like that. Like at the end of the day, you want the sex, right? You want the pussy. So, but you don't want to pay for the pussy. You know, it's just crazy. Like. You want somebody in the night, or even if you don't get it in the night, you want something afterwards. You get what I'm saying? But now it's to the point where now you don't want to pay, and that's crazy, man. That's crazy. It's just now I understand you've been in a relationship for a long time, and sometimes a man may not have it. Okay, your girl, you know what I'm saying? She paid for you. That's cool. And like she said, I pay. You leave the tip. That's cool. I do that too. But for a man, for you to go on a date and you pay separate and I pay separate, that's not a date, that's a friendly outing.
Period. We hanging out.
Exactly. Ain't no damn date. And I don't think if you think that was what goes on, you ain't getting no second date.
Yeah.
They was gonna leave
that
with
even a date like
exactly where you at. So for a man to think that is just crazy. And I know this whole thing goes on, and this goes to the point where, you know, I always say that it's not 50-50. You know, I think men and women think it's 50-50. No, a man, let me tell you something. I had this conversation with a couple of my homeboys the other day. Man, a man is going to always do more for a woman because it takes more for a woman to it takes more to make a woman happy than a man. Man, we happy with simple shit. You know, cook meal, you know, we get sets anytime we want it. We go on little dates, you know what I'm saying? A little cuddling, you know what I'm saying? You know, be able to come home and tell a woman about your day. We happy with the simple shit, being able to express ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Feeling appreciated. We happy with the simple, and we also happy when we see our women smile as well. So we happy with the simple shit. But for a woman, you might have to buy her this. She might want to go out all the time. Women like to take trips. Women might do a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't be, you know, at one spot with a woman. You got to keep going, keep going, keep going. So a man's gonna always do more. So it's never gonna be 50-50. It's never gonna be 50-50. Simple as that. So I just had to go on a rant about this. I went on a rant about this then. A lot of niggas can agree. Real niggas can agree. Real niggas don't. It's simple as that. I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. You trying to take a girl out, you supposed to pay. Ain't no 50-50. If you don't got it, be creative and come up with a simple date. Or if you know shawty out your league, don't even try. Just let shawty go and be.
I just remember the story.
Yeah. But go ahead if you want to see.
I just remember the story. So it was more of that. Me and this guy had went out, and he knew we went out. like what's going on. And we got there, and it's like I don't got my only got cash. I don't have a car or whatever. So I had to put it under me. And when he gave me the money, it was literally just enough for him. Like not even tip, not even like the taxes. Like just I'm looking like that. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. At that point, he already made it clear.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't believe, you went through that, EJ, and there's many others that go through the same thing. And man be wanting certain things for women, but niggas don't want to do shit for it. That's crazy. You talk to a beautiful woman, she agreed to a date. That's a blessing. That's good right there. She actually agreed to give you her time. You know what I'm saying? This girl busy, work every day. She may got kids. She may got a business. She got all this shit. And she made time just to go on a date with you. Especially she beautiful. She got 20 niggas in her DM. About 20 niggas trying to talk to her. What makes you different? But she decided to go out with you because she interested to you. So now you got her. You take her on this date and you can't pay. Or you want to pay half. Ain't that some shit? Man, what is world coming to? It's 2022, man.
How, but you can at least pay for the tip too. Pay at least 40% of mine if you. I don't know.
Man, we gotta get right, man. We gotta get right. This shit, we going out terrible. We got to get right. So okay, that's enough on that topic right there, man. Cause I can go on days and days about that dumb ass shit. But yeah, EJ, so tell me, what's your top 5 artists, favorite artists you listen to?
5 artists that I listen to. So it's so hard to put top 5 because I listen to so much music in all different genres. J. Cole gonna always be one of mine because I just love his flow as a lyricist.
One of the greatest.
Kendrick too.
Another one.
Can't do it. It have to be 5.
Yeah, you gotta put 5 on that motherfucker.
Yeah,
top 5.
I also need to, have my Erica
Badu up in there. You put her in there?
Yeah.
That's 3.
But see, I also want some jazz.
Go ahead. Put some jazz in that motherfucker. Go ahead.
Let me look at my phone because I look at so much that I might have to maybe do like 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3.
Okay, I give you one. No, you want to get 1.5.
1.5.
3.9.
Oh, God.
That's going to be top 10 right there. Nah, it's a tough question. Your top 5 favorite artists.
This is hard because I listen to so much. Dang.
So right now we got J. Cole.
Can I do like mainstream and maybe not as mainstream?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So J. Cole, Kendrick, Erica Badu. What's her name? I think it's TMR.
TMR.
Or I guess if you probably don't know, is it too? I don't know if it's that mainstream. And I really want to say Nina Simone, and she just has an old, powerful, soulful voice, but a lot of people still use her samples. Her to this day. If I could, I'll put some jazz up in there because there's some very iconic voices and things too. When it deals with not as mainstream, like Deontay, Hitchcock, Aaron May.
Shout them out.
God dang, it's so much. What's her name? I think it's. Let me type it in my phone. Is it Sona? Sona, Cash Page.
Okay.
And truthfully, I even do some Prince Swanee out there for Jamaica. So yeah.
Jamaica in the building.
Yes.
I mean, she is Nigerian. So
I ain't Nigerian. I was about to put a lot in there. I usually have the veto.
Don't come on there and voodoo my shit.
I was gonna say,
don't voodoo me.
Hell no.
I did not know your ass was here looking.
Hell no. I don't voodoo me.
Oh man, that's crazy. But that's about it, man. She gave her top 5, and so far that's been different. The first person I asked, she hair straight. She didn't do no R&B. You did all around. So
yeah.
Okay, I give you that, man. Well, that's about it, EJ. So what you got coming up for us? What can we expect from you?
All I can say is just keep looking, cause I don't know yet myself. I want to get,
And that's
I
okay.
guess apply for that master's program, take the class. I don't want to move and things like that. But truthfully, I don't know, and that's okay. Shoot, I'll figure out as I go. You learn so much each year about what you want to do and don't want to do. And before we even leave or get off this thing, I learned so much about myself when I left college about what I want to do. So I don't know yet, but just know I got so many opportunities. I'm gonna have different career each decade. Okay, just know that.
That's good.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going, keep going. But that's about it, man, for another episode of Put You On Game, man. I had one of my great friends up here. I hope y'all got to love her like the way I do. And that's just that, man. It's another, got up here and say what you want to say. That's what this podcast is for. Put you on, say what you want to say. Get up here and express what you want to express. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have some more upcoming, entrepreneurs and entertainers. And some more people that's going to put you on game. So y'all just stay tuned, man. Y'all support this episode. And y'all continue to support EJ. All right, we out.